and welcome back. Today's video is for a request that I had for exercises that you can do with bands. We're talking specifically the short bands. I did the research online to see what comes up for me when I search banded exercises, and the most popular ones were lateral walks, banded squats, banded clams. Knowing what I found online, I came up with exercises for almost every part of the body. I hope they're new for you or you haven't seen them online, because I haven't. I will demonstrate them from standing to seated, and we'll make our way down to the floor. So we'll get started with the exercises from standing. So the first exercise will be for your rhomboids and mid-traps. We're using the light resistance band. We want to place it just below the wrists, and we're going to start at a 90-degree angle. So with some tension, shoulders pulled back, all we want to do is maintain 90 degrees and pull apart, focusing on the muscles of your back. Now I'm going to turn around and show you what it should look like so you can see the muscles engage. 90 degrees, shoulders back, pull apart, and one more time. And that is it for that one. So for the next exercise, we're focusing on the muscles of your rotator cuff. The position of the band is going to be the same. Shoulders will still be back, and now the focus again is still pulling apart and coming back together. So from the side, we're at 90 degrees again, but next to our ribs, pulling apart, back together, and then one final view from the back. Shoulders back, pull apart, hold, come together, apart, and together. And that's our first two. We're going to move a little bit lower down on our body. This next exercise, we are focusing on the glutes. A two-part movement where we're doing an abductor into a glute kickback, so we're working two parts of our glutes. So I always like to be against something. The first part of the movement is the abduction. So moving away, one leg out to the side. You can just do the exercise like this, and we'll be in our glute medius. If you want to make it a two-part, we're doing the abduction, and then we're adding a kickback back to where we started, and then coming together. And again, this is my leverage so that I avoid leaning away. And on the kickback as well, we don't want to hyperextend. So you're trying to activate your core and maintain your posture while you're doing the two-part movement. So from the front view, abduction, kickback, back to the side, and together. And one more time from the side, abduction, kick back for the glute max, back to the side, and repeat. I've got the heavy band on for this one. Again, you can always go lighter or heavier. It really just depends on how it feels for you. But you would do the one side and then you move on to the other glute. And the seated position is going to be for your biceps. So just like the concentration curl that you would do with dumbbells, but this video is of course focused on bands. Our first step is to take the band. I've chosen the medium band, and you're going to place it around the opposite foot that we're working for the curl. Then we're going to take palms up and hold the band. So you're placing now your tricep against your inner thigh. And then from here, core is engaged, chest is up, and we're going to curl and hold, focusing on the muscle that you're working. I'm shaking. And release. And then repeat. Curl, pause and squeeze, release. We'll finish everything on one side, and then of course, we'll move on to the other arm. And that's it for the seated position. Next exercise will be in a kneeling position. Now we're working the triceps. I've got the light band, it's already around my leg. I want it to be below the knee on the same side as my working arm. Then you'll place your hand in with your palm facing back. The position for the movement will be 90 degrees with your front leg. Again, band below the knee, and your other leg here also at 90. Because you're leaning over, I do want to be mindful of my core. If I thought I didn't have the ability to support myself in this position, I can use this leg for leverage. So I've got my grip on the band, my chest is up, this shoulder is back, and then I'm going to extend behind me and release. So the focus is the back of the arm, the triceps. Extend behind and we would, again, do all of our reps on that side before switching to the other leg and the arm. And that's all we have in the kneeling position, so now we're gonna move down to some prone position exercises. The next set of exercises we have are going to be in a high plank position using the light band, and it will be on your arms just below the wrists for all 3 of them. So I'm gonna walk you through all 3. So the first one, we have 2 ways we can do it. The first way is in a high plank with your hands together relaxed, and then engaging your core, we're going to do lateral walkouts. So one side, the other, together, together. Trying to limit hip movement so that we are engaging the core. To the side, side, center, center. You can also make that a little easier by going wider with your feet. Alternatively, if the high plank is too much pressure, we just turn into a tabletop instead. So, closer to your body instead of way back here. The movement is the same. Lateral, lateral, together, together. So for those, not only am I feeling it in my core, I'm feeling it back here in my little muscles of my rotator cuff. Next, we can advance that into push-ups. So you can do them kneeling. I will not demonstrate that because these floors kill my knees, but the movement is the same, but the walkout will now lead to a push-up. Still using our core, now getting an exercising for our chest as well. So same position, relaxing to start. One side, push up, together, and then we alternate. Other side, push up, press at the top, so that again we're working these small muscles back here in addition to our chest and core. I'm moving a little bit further up away from my wrists because I'm going to be doing more of an opening movement, but the high plank is now a low plank. And I call these elbow openers instead of walkouts, but it's the same idea. One side, center, center, limiting hip movement so that you are engaging your core. And we have ramped that up from a regular plank. And that's all I have for those. Moving on. We're going to be using the medium band for the 2 exercises I have planned. So the setup, not so graceful. For the first one, I'm gonna have it on one foot and on the back of one leg. That's the position. Now my right leg is my anchor. My left leg will be working the hamstring. So relax your upper body, relax your head, curl, and relax. So this is very isolated to the hamstring. Ouch. And we're gonna move up from here. We're gonna now do hip extensions for the glutes. So legs are close together. Using my heel, I'm pressing straight up to the ceiling. So I'm gonna relax my head and neck and then do the exercise. So press up and relax. All the work is here. Pressing up and relaxing. Ooh. Okay, now that's all we have for the prone position. We're gonna flip over for 2 more exercises on our back, and then I have come up with everything I could with bands. So we've got 2 final exercises. One will require a medium or heavy band. One will require the lighter band. The first one is starting in a bridge position. So the band will go above the knees. And then we know what a bridge looks like. This position, we're maintaining the bridge and then adding work. So we're going to do one-sided abduction without changing our bridge. So highest point, one side open and return, other side open and return. So we're further working the glutes while we maintain this bridge position, and of course your core as well. So one side, really get over, return, the other side, return. And then we move on to the lighter band for one final exercise. This is going to go below the knees or midway from the ankle to the knee. And it's going to start in a hollow hold position. So the way I like to start that one is a tuck and extend, and then lower as far as you can. So from here we're doing openers. And I'm gonna shake the entire time. No! If you feel like that's too much pressure to keep your back flat, you can do the hip openers in your hollow hold with bent legs. So still extend, keep it here, keep no space under your back, and then open and close. And I've shaken this one too. Oh my gosh. Okay. And that is it. Almost a full body workout with just resistance bands because the gym is still closed, and what else can we do? So I hope you found these exercises helpful, creative, effective. If you liked it, give this video a thumbs up. And I would love future requests. If you have any, send them my way. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.